4 Lowcountry jails have failed every inspection since 2022. State inspectors have found dangerous overcrowding, inadequate medical care, and security violations. But the agency responsible for oversight has little power to enforce its own rules. Live 5's Emily Johnson has been investigating for months, and tonight she's taking us inside.
Inmates are dying. Families are demanding answers. And South Carolina jails keep failing inspections.
To go into a jail potentially and not come out, I feel like something's got to change.
We have people on the floor everywhere. There's 5 on the floor currently right now, just on our side.
Our state is really behind times. I mean, behind times. And we don't want to change.
I think the jail is just, I'll just say, f***ed up.
The agency overseeing every facility in the state is South Carolina's Department of Corrections, otherwise known as SCDC. Inspectors visit all jails throughout the state each year, and the results are jarring. Berkeley, Colleton, Charleston, and Dorchester County jails all have failed each SCDC inspection since 2022.
We just haven't seen a real sense of urgency to fix the problems that have been well known in our jails and prisons for so long.
Inspection reports show jails failing for multiple reasons. Maintenance, not enough toilets, showers, and sinks per inmate, fire code violations, and health appraisals. All 4 jails have faced major security violations. Some include not properly separating inmates by gender, sentence status, or security needs.
I think we have 2 patterns happening at once: overcrowding and understaffing.
The numbers tell the story. Berkeley County has a capacity for 291 inmates, and as of last week, had 468. Charleston and Colleton counties are currently not overcrowded, but reports state they have been in the past. Dorchester County has a capacity for 266 and currently has 278 inmates. Dorchester County Sheriff Sam Richardson sat down with Live 5 Investigates, and his staff took our team behind bars.
When we weren't so overcrowded, is we would move people out so we could completely repaint without having to juggle the people in and out of the room. So we haven't been able to do that in a couple of years.
But with overcrowding, that makes it really difficult. So we have to be really intentional about identifying problems.
Recruiting staff to handle the overcrowding is incredibly difficult for local sheriff's offices. There are a total of 149 openings between all 4 jails.
People working in these facilities feel unsafe because the facilities are overcrowded, so they leave. And so staffing becomes more of a crisis. We're locked in this downward spiral.
When we were doing our classes, our Alcoholics Anonymous and things like that, that's what that would take place.
And so are those still continuing, or those are a little harder because of this?
They're harder because of the staffing. So we're trying to come up with some innovative ideas.
But despite the problems Lowcountry Sheriff's offices are facing while running its jails, the inmates are the ones left suffering.
It's just been ridiculous. It's been a nightmare to get anything done, and it's been just, I don't want to die in here.
William Tyndall is currently inside the Dorchester County Jail. Tyndall reached out to us saying it's difficult to get the medical help he desperately needs inside the facility.
It's bad in here, but we usually stay between probably 45 to 55 people in here.
And is it pretty overcrowded?
Most of the time, yes.
Stories like Williams raise a critical question. Who's responsible for fixing this? SCDC sends a letter to County Council, the jail director, and sheriff after each failed inspection. But if corrective action is not taken by the jail, SCDC does not hold the power to issue fines like other state agencies.
They come down, they look at our jail, independent of everybody else, and they say, hey, you've got these deficiencies, and they evaluate us that way. They offer solutions, they offer, some avenues we can explore to correct some of the deficiencies, but they don't offer the money it takes to do it.
SCDC does have the power to force a jail to close its doors, but then the problems would simply move to another facility.
We know that people are being treated inhumanely, and there's just not a lot of urgency from leaders in law enforcement or in the Department of Corrections to fix any of that.
With or without SCDC's oversight, Dorchester and Berkeley counties are working to fix its overcrowding problems.
Are we in the best facility we can have? No, and we've acknowledged that. We've acknowledged that we've got to make some improvements there.
Dorchester currently has an ongoing study to determine what can be done, along with conversations regarding funding with County Council. Berkeley has a $50 million jail expansion under construction that is scheduled to be completed soon. All 4 counties are continuing to recruit more people to join the corrections industry, pushing for better pay and less overtime. But in the meantime, the violations continue, impacting the people behind bars.
I feel like I probably won't make it home. Every time I turn, it's a brick wall, and I have to go through a nightmare.
SCDC will conduct its next round of inspections throughout 2026, which we will continue to keep an eye on. For Live 5 Investigates, I'm Emily Johnson.
Corrections Director of Communications Christy Shane was asked if the agency had ever shut down a jail before. Shane responded stating, yes, but not in recent years. Decades ago, the former Union County Jail was probably the last one closed after efforts to pass a bond referendum failed at the ballot box and there was no alternate source of funding. In that situation, the county contracted with the Union City Jail to house its county inmates until eventually a new facility was built several years later.